PFL fight fans to Nantes, France. PFL Europe tournament action continues. We'll cap off the night tomorrow with a main event and co-main featuring some local French stars. Yesterday, the fans of Amin Ayoub showed up and showed out, attempting to intimidate Kevin Lopez, who came all the way from Brazil for this appointment in a main event tomorrow night. We are here at the Zenith for the weigh-ins. Sean O'Connell and Dan Hardy, who pulls double duty, not only my broadcast partner, but also the head of fighter operations for PFL Europe, meaning you're the man who builds these tournaments and builds this card. How excited are you for what happens tomorrow night?
I am so excited. Not only have we got the tournament fights, but we've also got some new stars that have signed. We've got some future superstars like Boris joining us again after an incredible performance in Brussels. Amin Ayoub in the main event, though. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it. So many people have been excited about Ayoub joining the PFL. It's time for him to have a main event for us.
And it's his hometown. He told us in the fighter meetings, I don't really get to fight at home very often. Now he gets to fight on the biggest stage of his career in his own backyard. I'm glad you mentioned Brussels, by the way. In case you forgot what's been going on in our PFL Europe tournament so far, how about Patrick Haberora and Danny Roberts in a main event in Brussels? The crowd went crazy. The fight itself delivered. And Patrick Haberora, a rising star, no doubt.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, you know, Patrick carried this whole show, but this was really a celebration of mixed martial arts for the whole of Belgium. I mean, we had real strong talent all the way through the card, but Patrick right now, he is the tip of the spearhead of MMA in Belgium, and he is really carrying that banner with confidence. He's been out training with GSP recently as well. I expect new levels when we see Patrick again.
He'll actually be in the building tomorrow night because his teammate and friend Boris Santangana is part of our co-main event. Lightweight tournament action also happening here in Nantes. And lightweight, we talk about it all the time, Dan, maybe the deepest and most skilled weight class in the world in the sport. I think our representation here on this card in the semifinals certainly supports that point.
I agree, absolutely. I mean, you know, first of all, Connor Hughes, incredible power. He's been with the PFL 3 times now, 3 tournaments. This is his 3rd one. He was so close to winning the belt last year against Jakub Kasuba. Connor Hughes talks about this as being his year and no one's going to take it away from him. But the other 3 guys in the bracket, my goodness, they are all killers.
And this is a tough test in front of him. We talk about experience in this tournament. Well, Hughes has had some success. Alex Chizov is a guy who came in and a lot of his competitors thought, oh, he'll be the man I face in a final. He's maybe the favorite to win it. He has not yet lived up to his potential, but the last time out, we saw him dispatch a tough veteran. He thinks he's at his best right now.
I agree with him as well. You know, there was a lot of relief that you could see, a lot of, you know, there was elation obviously with the victory, but there was relief because he was able to get back in the win column. He doesn't feel like he's really shown his true potential since signing with the PFL. But no matter who you speak to in this division, everyone talks about Chizov like probably the toughest test they're going to have.
And look at the bracket as it stands right now. Connor Hughes against Gino Van Steenis, a family affair for the Van Steenis brothers. Claudio Pachella and Alex Chizov will be the ones facing off. Winners advance to a final in Lyon. Also, the bantamweight division and maybe another rising star, undefeated so far, Jan Shapovsky. This kid is a nightmare.
He's got so much energy as well. You know, he doesn't even really speak too much English, but you know what he's thinking and feeling when you're talking to him because he's such a character. There's so much energy, and that matches with his skills, with his tenacity, with his striking power. I honestly think he is one of the guys that we've got to watch just for the next 5 years in this sport because I think he's going to do some big things.
He's got all the potential. He doesn't yet have a lot of experience, and as we look at the bracket, you'll see that a tough test lies in front of Jan Shapovsky tomorrow night. He's got a savvy veteran, tough as they come, Dean Garnett, who's actually here with our very own Séverine Palacou.
Yes, and next to the stage with Dean Garnett, of course. How excited are you to be here to fight there in that cage in Nantes tomorrow?
I'm very excited, and I'm very excited about the opponent. As Dan said, you know, Jan brings great energy. And as we've seen in mine and Lewis McGrillen's fight, it takes 2 to tango. these are the sort of fights I want on a big stage. I'm going to take his out tomorrow. But yeah, I think he's dangerous, but I'm going to show me A game, and the PFL fans haven't seen that yet.
What can we expect? How are you going to fight to win and everything?
I think I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to strike, I'm going to wrestle, I'm going to look to submit. I'm looking for a finish. I want to make a big statement. I want to take this guy's out. You know, I do believe he's going to have a great career, but I'm going to shut him down tomorrow night, and I'm going to take us out.
You look confident.
Very confident.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Andy.
Well, thank you, Severin. Yeah, and welcome here up on stage as the PFL cage returns to France here in Nantes. And it's a stacked card from top to tail. Of course, those semi-finals for the PFL Europe tournament and some local talent to watch, particularly at the top of the bill. Now we just got to get the fighters weighed in. And to help us do that, let's bring him up to the stage. He's changed his hat from analyst to the head of PFL Europe Fighter Operations. It's Dan Hardy. Well, our first fight of the night is a women's strawweight contest as Maria Guedes takes on Kaya O'Sullivan. First fighter to the scales is in the blue corner. Tomorrow she makes her professional debut. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, Kaya O'Sullivan. Official weight 115.1 pounds. And her opponent in the red corner, also tomorrow night making her professional debut. She represents Venezuela. This is Maria Guedes Jr. Official weight for Maria, 115.5 pounds. Our first fight of the night, women's strawweight action. It's Kaya O'Sullivan versus Maria Guedes Jr. Our next fight is a lightweight contest as Sebastian DeFranco takes on Mark Ewan. First fight is in the scales, is in the blue corner. He fights out of Huntly, Scotland, Mark Ewan. Mark Ewan weighs in officially at 154.8 pounds. And his opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Brussels, Belgium, Sebastian DeFranco. DeFranco comes in at 156 pounds on the button. The lightweights collide tomorrow night as Sebastian DeFranco takes on Mark Ewan. For our next fight, we move up to the middleweight division. Vincent Del Huera against Sofiane Aissaoui. Our first fighter to the scales fights out of Reims, France, Sofiane Aissaoui. Official weight 185.5 pounds. And his opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Marseille, France, Vincent Del Huera. Del Huerta comes in at 185 pounds. It's our middleweight bout tomorrow night as Vincent Del Huerta takes on Sofiane Aissaoui. We move back to the lightweight division for our next contest test as Dara Kelly takes on Bakhtiyor Abdullayev. First fighter to the scales is in the blue corner and fights out of Dresden, Germany. This is Bakhtiyor Abdullayev. Official weight 155.7 pounds. And his opponent fights out of Mobile, Donga Island. He is the Mobile Mauler, Dara Kelly. Official weight 155.3 pounds. It's Dara Kelly versus Bakhtiyor Abdullayev tomorrow night in a lightweight bout.
Next fighters to the scale will be involved in our lightweight tournament here for the 2025 PFL Europe tournament. Connor Hughes, Gino Van Steenis, Claudio Pacella, Alex Chijov in the semifinals.
And our next fight commences the semi-finals of the PFL Europe lightweight tournament. First to the scales in the blue corner, he fights out of Riga, Latvia, pretty boy, Alex Chizov. Chizov weighs in at 155.5 pounds. And his opponent, who fights out of Dublin, Ireland, by way of Rome, Italy, Claudio Pascelli. Pascelli weighs in at 156 pounds. The first of our lightweight semi-final bouts tomorrow here in Nantes is Claudio Pascelli versus Alex Chizov. Our next contest commences the bantamweight semi-finals here in Nantes tomorrow night. Dean Garnett versus Jan Czapowski. Our first fighter to the scales fights out of Krakow, Poland, Jan Czapowski. Jan weighs in officially at 135.6 pounds. And his opponent, who fights out of the red corner, hails from Liverpool, England. This is Dean Garnett. Garnett comes in at 136 pounds. You cannot miss this one tomorrow night as the bantamweight semi-finals kick off. Dean Garnett versus Jan Czepelski. And our next fight will conclude the lightweight semi-finals tomorrow night. Connor Hughes against Gino Van Steenis. Our first fighter to the scales in the blue corner, fighter out of Altea, Spain. This is the Ghost Assassin, Gino Van Steenis. Steenis comes in at 155.7 pounds. And his opponent hails from Liverpool, England. This is Connor Hughes. £155 for Connor Hughes. Who is going to the finals? We're going to find out tomorrow night when Connor Hughes takes on Gino Van Steenis. Our next contest will round out the bantamweight semi-finals as Boris Abdigulas takes on Julien Lopez. Our first fight to the scales hails from Toulon, France. This is Buika Julien Lopez. Lopez comes in at 135.6. And his opponent fights out of the red corner and hails from Nice, France. This is the sniper, Boris Abdiguzel. Official weight 135.9 pounds. Who will round out our finalists here in PFL Europe as the sniper takes on Buika tomorrow night?
One more look at our bantamweight bracket. You've seen the semifinal matchups square off. Winners advance to a $100,000 PFL Europe Championship bout in Lyon.
Our next fight to the scales will be a light heavyweight contest and will be our co-main event of the evening as Boris Atanganya takes on Johnny Gregori. Our first fighter to the scales fights at Arististo, Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is Johnny Gregori. Gregori hit the scales at 203.1 pounds. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, hails from Brussels, Belgium. He is the modern gladiator, Boris Atanganya. Official weight 204.6 pounds for Boris. Light heavy heavyweights go head-to-head in our co-main event here in Nantes. It's Boris Atanganya versus Johnny Gregory.
Boris, I'm gonna have a quick word with you, my friend. Obviously, you had a huge performance in Brussels. A lot of people were very excited to see you performing again. You've got a very tough, short-notice opponent in front of you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling in shape. I can't wait to be on Friday so we can have a good night. And I expect the win. We go for the win always.
And what's your message to all the fans coming to support you?
Well, to all the fans that come to support me, they give me threat, they send me message on social media. Well, a huge thank you. I really appreciate it. I see them all, and I'm gonna make them proud and make them happy on Friday night.
Good luck, my friend. It's good to have you back. Andy Shepherd, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. We move to our next contest. It's our final one of the night, and it's our main event. It takes place in the lightweight division as Amin Ayoub takes on Kewani Leo Lopez. Our first fighter to the scales in the blue corner, fight out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He is Kewani Leo Lopez. Official weight 155 pounds for Lopez. And his opponent in the red corner is a multiple weight champion across multiple organizations, and tomorrow night makes his PFL debut. He fights out of Nantes, France. This is Amin Ayoub. Official weight for Amin, 155 pounds.
Tudo nosso, Leão. Pra cima dele, irmão. Essa aqui já é nossa, rapaz.
A lot of energy in the room for our main event tomorrow night. It's Kewani Lopez against Amin Ayoub.
É tua, Leão. Essa porra aqui já é nossa, porra.
I mean, a couple of questions for you. This kind of feels like your town. It feels like your city, this is. You're going to make sure you own this ground tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Salut à tous, Nantes. Salut à tous, ma ville. Merci beaucoup d'être venus. Demain, rendez-vous ici, dans ce même endroit, pour un gros show. To be honest, I'm very happy to be back here in my city. You know, I had the chance to do that only one time, and tomorrow it will be my second time and maybe my last time. So I will just enjoy the moment.
It's a big opportunity for you, PFL debut, and a tough opponent as well in a main event. What's your message to your opponent and to the fans?
Bro, to be honest, it's a big opportunity for me, but also for my opponent, for sure. You know, PFL is the most prestigious organization, you know, and I'm very glad to be here.
We're excited to have you, my friend. I'm excited for your fight tomorrow. Good luck, Amin Ayoub. It's going to be a great fight.
Well, that order of business is done. Everyone weighed in successfully. Dan, we did see some tough weight cuts yesterday and this morning, but everybody made it. Tournament fights are set. Exciting co-main, even more exciting main event with a hometown hero, Amin Ayoub. Nantes is ready.
It is absolutely ready. And look, this does feel like Amin Ayoub's town. And I think that, you know, Lopez felt like yesterday when he got off the plane and he was straight in the face of the flares and the crowd all there supporting his opponent. It's going to be really interesting to see how he deals with that, though. You've got to remember, Brazilian fighters are almost always traveling out to be the B-side in a tough place to fight a tougher individual. We've got a main and co-main with a B-side from Brazil, and both of those guys are going to give them absolute hell tomorrow night.
And if you're the hometown fighter, you have to rise to the occasion and face the pressure. If you're the Brazilian coming in, you probably got 3 or 4 people that want to see you win in the whole arena, so you're here to spoil the party. And that theme, we see it also across the rest of the PFL. In fact, next week we're going to see it in Dubai. Paul Hughes looking to spoil the party for Usman Nurmagomedov, a reigning champion who calls Dubai his second home. This one is a rematch, highly anticipated. It's going to be epic next week.
Dagestan in MMA sport, different levels, you know. We proved already.
Very, very easy he can put his name on top 5 greatest fighters of all time.
Usman was about to break. I was about to get him out of there, and the headbutt happened. The rematch has got to be next, and I know that I will beat him in the rematch, absolutely, 0 question.
I want to defend my title next in Dubai.
To do that in Dubai, it's completely a no-brainer. It's what the whole MMA world wants to see. You're looking past me.
Who are you?
Exactly.
Get out of here.
What a fight!
I need to be willing to go to the depths of hell to beat this man.
Your day is coming!
When I will finish him, everybody gonna forgive this guy. I'm gonna destroy them.
You can buy your tickets now. We'll be at Coca-Cola Arena next week. A week from tomorrow night, in fact, Nurmagomedov versus Hughes 2. Can it live up to the first contest? Let's take a look at our post-fight stats. Look at the razor-thin margins in this one. Now, Nurmagomedov was successful on the takedowns, 4 of them, but he had to work so hard to get there. Paul Hughes wasn't staying there. It ultimately goes to the judges' scorecards. Nurmagomedov gets his hand raised, remains undefeated, and it was interesting to see post-fight. Paul Hughes obviously disappointed, a little bit dejected, but not discouraged, and still believes, maybe more so after that first performance, still believes that he will take fight number 2 between these 2 men. I kind of want to see what happens if you get 1-1, maybe a 3-match, maybe a rubber match. But this one is only a week away, Dan.
Yeah, look, you've got to expect a better version of both of these fighters, right? That kind of fight, 25 minutes of hard battle, you learn a lot about yourself, but you also learn a lot about your opponent. They will know so much more about each other, about their games, the way they move, their timing. But I also think we're going to get an elevated version of both of them, especially with Usman, who may have been overlooking Paul a little bit. I think he's going to come in with supreme conditioning, with his wrestling on point, because Khabib's been on his case all the way through training camp. But of course, Paul's not going to come in the same version that he was. He's going to raise his game as well. I do feel like Paul needs to put more volume into this fight, because I feel like that's where Usman was starting to run away with it, with the long-range kicking game. But ultimately, this fight could be won by either of these fighters. Paul's got tremendous power in his hands. I'm not exaggerating if I say I've watched this fight 100 times in the last 2 weeks. I've got a breakdown coming out about it. It was such a beautiful performance by both of these guys to watch. The way that it ebbed and flowed, and the drama and the groin shots and the point deduction, the head clashes. Man, what theater it was. What a privilege to be sat cage side for it.
It was incredible, and there was this psychological game that was being played the whole way through, even during those intervals where there's a groin shot or there's a head clash. You have to tune in for fight number 2 between Usman Nurmagomedov and Paul Hughes. Internationally, this is the best way for you to find PFL fights, an exclusive fighter content library that will include a Dan Hardy breakdown of next week's main event. And of course, when you download that PFL app, you can stream fights like our PFL Europe lightweight semifinals. Connor Hughes, Gino Van Steenis, Claudio Pachella versus Alex Chijov. Winners advance to Lyon, France in a $100,000 opportunity for the PFL Europe belt. Same is true of our bantamweight contenders tomorrow night here in Nantes. At 135 pounds, we'll get it figured out. At 155 pounds, we'll get it figured out. You've got veteran talent versus rising stars. You've got some guys still carrying undefeated records in. We will have a packed building here at the Zenith tomorrow night. Make sure you are with us for PFL Europe tournament action and an incredible co-main and main event featuring some local favorites and guys who hope to factor in on the PFL global stage sooner than later. Dan Hardy's going to be there. I, Sean O'Connell, will be there. We'll have Severine Parlacou. We'll have Andy Shepard. We will have every PFL fight fan tuned in for PFL Europe action from Nantes tomorrow night.